Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome to another Minecraft episode on the AlphaCraft server. Right, before we get stuck into today's episode, I just want to give a shout out to my newest patrons. So, thank you very much to Katy Lochridge, to War2020, to Vontom 2020, to Angel Ripoll, to Luke Johnson and to Rob Abey. Really appreciate your support, guys. Thank you very much. It's fantastic. Now, you've probably noticed this big red shulker I've got sitting on the floor next to me. Well, in there is my gift for this year's Secret Santa. So what I'm going to do is pick it up and head over to spawn and put it under the Christmas tree. I'm not going to show you what's in there, and I'm not going to tell you who it's for just yet. We'll do all of that once they've all been opened. And we're hoping to get together. The alphas are hoping to get together in a few days, actually, and open all the presents and have a bit of fun under the Christmas tree. And so on and so forth, and just have a bit of a Christmas party, I guess. So if I pick this up and whiz over... Oh, no, I don't want to go that way, do I? That's not the way to spawn, Frills. It's down here. What we're going to be doing later as well, I still need to decide. I think I'm going to be putting a storage system in there. Still haven't decided yet. But what we're going to be doing today, once I get back, is putting the sorters behind the back of these chests and linking them up to the farms, because we probably have overflowing stuff. Hello, mate. Oh, hello. Horace. Wonder how many of you guys are going to get that one. So these are probably overflowing. Yeah, I've only got one chest there. They're overflowing. So I'm going to need to get this sorted out. And we need to put a pumpkin and melon, or pumpkin module and a melon module above the top of this. Oh, there you are. I thought you'd gone missing then, mate. Thought you'd already chipped off for your Christmas holidays. It's good to see you. So I've got a bit of work to do, but what I want to do is stick in the sorter so so all of the ill-gotten gains that are falling down the middle there are going to come up here, and instead of going into that chest, they're going to whiz along the back wall behind the back of these cells. Freddy, old Freddy in there, going to whiz along the back here and finish up going into the back of these chests via some kind of sorter, and then we can have carrots in that one, we can have potatoes in that one, we can have wheat in that one, and then we can trade with the villagers here, the farmers here, and then we'll probably have some pumpkins and melons, and we'll have a few more farmers, and then we'll have sugar cane, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? But that's the main plan for today. But first of all, I'll run over to spawn, and we'll put our gift under the tree. So I'll see you when I get there. Right, I've made it over to spawn, and I hope I'm not spoiling anything for JJ because and Wild, because they've done so much work in here. But that is amazing. I'm sure you'll see them building this in the next episode. So sorry guys if this is a bit of a spoiler, but I can't. I'm blown away, absolutely blown away by the detail of all of this. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. We had a bit of an issue the other day where we had a bit of an interloper who got up here and decided to blow up most of the stairs, but it looks like they've managed to sort that out, and it looks like we might have had a problem over here as well, unless somebody's tried to unwrap the present. Very naughty if they have. Secret Santa, done all of that. No, it's not a Happy Meal, done all of that, and here we go. Here's everybody's prezzies. Right, I can't show you. If I show you whose prezzies are there, you're going to know whose prezzie mine is. So I'm going to throw my prezzie down under the tree. And then, now you're probably... Oh yeah, I'm going to throw it down under the tree. Then we'll have a quick look round at who's got what. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, well, I've put my prezzie under the tree. I'm not going to show you who's got what under there because you'll know who's... You'll know who I'm the Secret Santa for, so we'll do that later. We'll do that when we do the big unwrapping of all the prezzies in the next day or so. I'm also going to have to move this soon, aren't I? Because it's now underneath the overhang, so it stopped working. So we'll shift that for Jackson Wild later. I'm not going to do it now. No, I'm not. Not going to do it now. Oh, what I did see though, if anybody saw Jaques and Wild's most recent video that was out a couple of days ago. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it, because they are the funniest pair I've seen. They are fantastically hilarious. In fairness, all the alphas are fantastic, so go and watch. Don't do it now, obviously, but after you've seen this, go and watch some of their videos. They are brilliant. But they were messing around with chickens, and I've got no idea what they plan to do with these bad boys, but look at them. They're everywhere. I'm sure you've got a good use for them, JJ, but at the moment they're just there, aren't they? Anyway, so that's my little prosy sorted out, and now I'll pop off back to the base, and we'll start doing the sorting system at the back of the trading hall. Okay, we're back in the trading hall. So firstly, I need to dig out the back of all of these. And then we're going to be putting hoppers into the backs of all of these chests, and then the sorting system at the top. I've got my redstone box here. I've also got a box of dyes, because we're not short of a few dyes now. So what I'm going to do is, for the filler, I'm going to use the red rose dye, but I'm also going to rename it on the anvil. It's like an insurance policy. It's very, very, very unlikely that red dye will ever get into the system to break the filters. But if it ever does, the fact that I've renamed it, and I'm going to rename it filler, then it will make it almost impossible for this system to be broken by an item going into the filter that's the same as the filtered item. I'll try and explain a little bit more about that later, but most of you know how these filters work. Have I got my fortune, my silk pick? Yes, I do. So I'm going to dig out the back of this. I need a fair bit of room, and I'm not short of a little bit of room over the back, so I can do that. And the reason I'm using my silk pick, obviously, is because of these silverfish. I don't want those little fellows running around. Oh, look at that iron. You wouldn't believe it, but the other day, and this will make you laugh, this will. The other day, I was out caving in a ravine, and I came across quite a lot of iron, and I must have spent the best part of half an hour going around collecting iron, and then smelting it, and then I suddenly realised that we've got an iron alpha back at spawn that will produce us more iron than we can shake a stick at, and yet I spent that time running around collecting iron. So you can imagine how I felt once I finished doing that. Anyway, I'm going to put the hoppers in the back of these chests, dig this out a little bit, and then we'll have a look at what I've done. Okay, so I've dug the back out, and I think I'm going to have the chests coming, the hoppers coming in this way first. So they'll come along this wall and then down that way, and then I can have my overflow or my waste disposal for items that I don't want, i.e. the seeds. I can have it just up there. So we'll have a dropper up there somewhere that fires straight into So that's how you can tell if that's a monster block. If you've got stone brick in your inventory and you use the middle button, the mouse roller, whatever you want to call it, highlight something that's not one of the blocks and then click on it with the mouse. If you don't select stone brick, that means that is a monster block, which basically means it's got a silverfish inside it. If I look at a normal stone brick like that one and do a middle click, it selects the stone brick. But if I middle click on a brick that is a monster brick or a silverfish brick, it won't select it. So don't hit that with anything other than a silk pick, because if you do, you're going to get silverfish coming out. So that's my little top tip for today. My little top tip for today, should I say. So where were we? We were getting these bad boys out, weren't we? So doing it on the fly is always good. Putting your sword back in your inventory, that's just as clever. So we want that there. Here's me thinking I'd made enough space and I haven't. There and there. We want one of those just there. One of these. Oh, I knew I was going to do that. Like that. And then another one of those just there. And we can have that there like that. Now I'm going to need my filler blocks. So let's grab some of these and rename them filler. I'm hoping that this is only going to use one. Yeah, it is. One XP level. So now they're all called filler and therefore they will never stack with any other red dye. Okay. So we have 17 in there. And then whatever I want to go into those chests, I stick in there. Let's call it stone for the sake of argument. So that will now stay open. And you know how these work. That'll stay open until that gets down to 1 or 2. And then it will stop. There you go. But obviously I'll change that for probably sugarcane, because we want sugarcane in the first couple. So that's how we do the filter. And then the hoppers, we're going to run a line of hoppers running all the way down along the top of this hopper here, which is going to be linked up over to the back. So I'll make that little contraption all the way down, and then we'll have a look at it when I've finished it. Okay, so I've got them all in now. Just to show you how they go. The input is going to come this way and then they're going to go down this line of hoppers. I've filled all of the, let's get rid of those while I'm thinking about it, filled all of them with the filler block, which is going to be, you know, impossible, really. I'll say 99.9% just in case, but it's going to be impossible for this to be broken due to filler blocks getting into the system. And then obviously that's going to go straight down into a dispenser. I was going to use a dropper, but I don't have any droppers with me. I've only got dispensers, so the dispenser is going to fire some stuff out into the lava. So what I need to do now is start filling up the filters. So I need to go and grab myself some paper and decide which chests I want the paper to be going into. I guess because I've got so many librarians, if I start at this end, nothing in that one. Carrots, potatoes, wheat, and then a chest, which I know about, and then loads of rubbish from me making this thing in the first place. And then here should be rubbish. I thought I'd got some. Paper. There's some paper, but paper's no good anyway. I need sugarcane. So if I have pumpkins in that one and then melons in that one, maybe I need melons in the 2 because there are sort of 5 times more melons than there are pumpkins, aren't there? So if we have melons in those 2, then we can have wheat, potatoes, carrots, and then pumpkins. So if I grab a stack of that and a stack of that and a stack of that, we can put these in straight away. I knew I was going to forget. You're sitting there at home now shouting, and I'd forgotten. Carrots, potatoes, wheat. Okay. Double check. It's always best to double check. Carrots, potatoes, wheat. So this is carrots, potatoes, and wheat. And if I go down now and have a look, they should all be filling up with carrots, potatoes, and wheat. Aha. There you go. Carrots filling up nicely. Nothing going into that one. Potatoes are filling up. And wheat is filling up. Perfect. So I need to run down the back now and grab myself some sugar cane. Look at these lifers. Oh, you're the one making all the noise, are you? This would have to be a slime chunk, wouldn't it? If you ever need slime chunks, get yourself in a stronghold. Every other chunk is a slime chunk. It's ridiculous. Right. So I need some of that. Obviously we want paper eventually, but paper isn't going to come into the sorting system ready made, so I can't put paper in my filters. So we want sugarcane for all these four, don't we? Four, and then we've got melons. So the first four need to be sugarcane. Ooh. Have I missed a load of... I've not dug it all. Oh, you really need to pay more attention, Frilioth. What did your teacher say at school? Pay attention. I thought that had gone a bit funny then. So I've not dug anywhere near enough. Space out. Oh, it just goes on and on and on. I've got a bit more work to do. I thought that was a little bit too easy. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now I've put them all in properly this time. Fill that over like that. And so these have all got sugar cane. Oh, sugar cane in them. I'm rubbish at block placing. Oh my word. So if we just have a quick last look around the front. A few of you might be wondering why I've got a door there. Well, there's no reason if I'm being honest. But it's not going to affect these guys. It's not going to mess up my villager breeder. It's not going to cause a village. It's not going to make a village, even though it's close enough to the villagers to be detected, because it's got an unequal number. It's got an equal number of sky blocks blocking either side of the door. So on this side we've got 5 blocks blocking sky access, and on this side we've got 5 blocks blocking sky access, which means it's an invalid door, so they can't actually see that door at all. All of the overflow, the seeds and any overflow when these chests are full, going straight over into some lava that we'll put there. Now what I need to do is hook up. That door is really going to get on my nerves now. I need to hook up this input through here with the... I can hear you. With the farms, and I don't know exactly, really, without... I shouldn't be just blind digging through here because I don't know where this will come out. But I'm going to do it anyway. That is not a million miles away, is it? Not a million miles away at all. So they'll be at that height. So I'll run down here with a line of hoppers. And now I need to hook up the water elevator, or the item elevator that's down the bottom. Everything at the moment is stopping in that water, so now I need to raise that all the way up to go into this hopper here. So I'm going to need a bit of glass because I want to be able to see it. I'd like to be able to see it as it's going up in that corner. So I'll grab a bit of glass and then we'll get rid of some of this rubbish, which we don't need anymore, and hook up the item elevator. Okay, so we've put the I've put the blocks in place now, and as you can see, all of the stuff now is coming up, going into the water, and then being sucked into the hoppers. And I'll tidy all this up at a later date. Oh, I really should be putting. Pick those up. Out of blocks. Really should be putting a bit of lighting here as well, shouldn't I? Mind you, the zombies can't get in. What's the worst that can happen? So all of the stuff now is going to go down the middle. It's going to go to the area at the bottom that's going to bring it up over to the side via the minecart, and then that's going to get shot up the item elevator. Perfect. So if we go back now to the oh, hey, little fella, get my glass. Can't pick my glass up. Definitely need some lighting in this corner. Actually, I'm going to tidy this up later. Stick some lighting down there just for the time being, but I will be getting rid of all of this stuff. So we'll have a look at that before I go. Hello, mate. What? Are you looking at the old prisoners? Not like you're a prisoner, is it? No, you're free to come and go as you please. He's not free to come and go as he pleases. Fabulous. Right, so if I run back now and have a look in the chests, we should have started to get items flowing into them. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Oh, because I've not put a filter on there yet. So I will be getting those in there. I need to put a filter on there, which I will do now. At the moment, everything else has got filters on, but these because we don't have any pumpkins, and these because we don't have any melons. So maybe I need to go on a little jaunt and see if I can find a couple of pumpkins and melons, which I will do. But it seems to be working so far. It'll stop working here actually. I'm saying it's working and it's not because I don't have filters on there yet. Let me go and get some filters to stick on there, and then we'll be ready to give it a proper test. Okay, so I've got my pumpkins, and we need to break these up because we're never going to be able to get these unbroken. So we'll turn those into, sorry, melons. Did I say pumpkins? I meant melons. But we're going to get them into, we're only going to get melon pieces. We're not going to get full melons out of the farm. So we should have 1, 2, 3. We should have 4 that are sugarcane, and then we need melon and wheat and potatoes and carrots and pumpkin, and then the rest in here is eventually going to be some seeds. Brilliant. So all I need to do now is to stick a little mechanism up here to get rid of the excess. So we'll have one of those there, one of those there. Bit of redstone. That's going to fire that straight out into lava. We're going to get no entity lag. We're going to stick a few torches down here to stop lighting update lag. Then we can stick a fork in it and call it done. So that's that. Now I'm probably going to stick a back on it when I've got a load more stone brick. I'll put a back down the back of it, or I might even put glowstone down. No, I can't. Then you'll be able to see the hoppers. Probably going to be stone brick. How much stone brick have I got? Probably nowhere near enough to do it. But if I stick stone brick in the back like this, then you won't be able to see through the chests. Brilliant. So that's that done. All we've got to do now is build the pumpkin and melon modules next, and we'll do that in a few episodes or so. It's probably going to be after Christmas now. But we can start trading. We can start opening up some of these villages. We've had a couple of new villages in, and why did you do that? And I don't know what they are. We've had a cartographer as well. I'm sure you're a cartographer. Yeah, we don't want you, do we? No, we don't. So, it's time to give the old Vindicator an early Christmas present. Merry Christmas, Vindy. Never tired of watching that. Okay, well, we've run out of time again today, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And thank you once again to my patrons. You guys are awesome. You are fantastic. And don't forget to go and check out all the other alphas, because they're all fantastic. I'm surrounded by fantastic people. So thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. And don't forget to go and check out my Patreon page if you want to become a patron. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.